Hello, my name is Darren Thomas, and I'm the Director of Educational Research Techniques. In this video, we're going to do an introduction into how to add and subtract polynomials. So why don't we go ahead and take a look at how to do this. So first of all, let me show you what a polynomial is. A polynomial is something that has the following type of characteristics. Ooh, that's ugly. So we got 10y squared plus 5y squared. So this is an example of a polynomial. Basically what you have is you have a combination of things we call a constant, which is the 10, or the 5 in this case, and some sort of a variable often, which this case is y, and a degree. So in our particular example here, the degree is 2. In other words, y squared is what is happening here. And so with polynomials, there's many different subtypes: monomials, binomials, trinomials, etc. That gets a little bit more confusing for me, and maybe for many times when I've dealt with this with students, so I just call them polynomials in general. But the rule for adding and subtracting polynomials is to combine what we call like terms. A like term is when, to make this simple, you have, how can I make this clear? You have the same variable and the same degree together. The constant can change, and you expect that actually when you're trying to combine them. So in this particular situation, both of these two terms here have what we call the variable y squared. So you can see here, not only is it the same variable, but it also has the same degree. In other words, the degree is the same. When this happens, you can just do basic addition. So when we have an example like this, 10y squared plus 5y squared, you just combine the like terms. In other words, the terms that have the same variable with the same degree, and you're able to get the answer. So you know that 10 plus 5 is 15. That's not too deep. And then we still have the same y squared. The variable with the degree does not change when you're adding. So you can see here that this is not that complicated. You look for the same terms and you combine them. And this was easy because there was only one term in this situation, y squared. Let's take a look at another one. Let's see here. Let me go back down here and just draw a little space. Okay, so here's one more. This time we're going to subtract. So let me go ahead and show you what this looks like. We got 12p cubed to the third power minus 8p cubed to the third power. Now again, you want to follow the same idea. Now it looks like, oh, well, we have two terms this time. No, not really, because it's not really a separate term until you start seeing the addition or the subtraction sign, the minus or the plus. So p cubed to the third power is basically one term, basically. It's the same term. And notice how they also have the same degree. This indicates that we can combine these and we'll be done. So 12 minus 8, that's not very deep, 4, and then the p cubed to the third power does not change. So this is our answer. They had like terms, p cubed to the third power, or p cubed, if you will, and that's how we dealt with that. Not very complicated. Now we're going to look at one that's a little bit more challenging, if you will. So here we go. We got 7. Oh, hold on. 7. We got 7 y squared minus 2y plus 4y squared minus 8y. All right, now this one is a little bit more challenging, but again, it's not that deep. So what do we do like normal? We combine the like terms. So I have a y squared, got a y squared here, and then I have a y and a y here. So what do? I combine my like terms. I take the 7y squared, add it to the 4y squared. That means I get 11y squared. Okay, next I have this minus 2y plus this minus 2y minus 8y. So that's what we have here. So we look at these. So minus 2y minus 8y is going to be minus 10y. And so we're done. So this time we had not one term but two terms. Again, not that deep. You look for the similar terms and you just combine them using basic addition subtraction. Not that amazing. Okay, so having said that, let's look at another one here. This one's a little bit more challenging, but still not too deep. We're going to add one more term, basically. And so now we have the same idea here. We have 7y squared minus 2y, but now we have a plus 9. And then we have the rest of it, which is plus 4y squared minus 8y minus 7. So this time we added a constant. So we have three different terms. I guess you could call this a trinomial if you really wanted to. And so again, you already know the majority of it because we already solved this right here. The only thing that's new is that we added the constant at the end. And by constant, we mean no variable. It doesn't change. In other words, if you were to actually input values for the variables. So we know that 7y plus 4y squared is going to be 11y squared. And then we also know, we also know that minus 2y minus 8y is going to be minus 10y. That hasn't changed. And then for our last one, 9 minus 7 is just going to be positive 2. And so that's pretty much how you do that. So you can see that this is not that deep. Now, some people, they encourage you to rearrange the terms and put like terms next to each other. We didn't really do that in this video. Instead, I just kind of showed you by making the little, the little arrows here like this to do that. Either method is acceptable. The point is to get the job done. And so in this particular video, we looked at how to deal with adding and subtracting polynomials. And so simply, you just have to look for the terms that are similar and you combine them as appropriate using basic addition and subtraction. You have to keep in mind that when we talk about like terms, we're talking about having the same variable and the same degree to the variable. That is how you can look at that. And it can be more than one variable. It has to be a combination where, two separate monomials, if you will, have the same characteristics of variables and degrees of those variables that can allow you to combine them. So, my name is Darren Thomas. I am the Director of Educational Research Techniques. I want to thank you for watching. Take care.